What is going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Oddchopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here in our little neck of the YouTube woods. Interesting start to the day. Oklahoma City in a little bit of a hole against Atlanta. Haven't even started this Utah game here, but we got some NBA to talk about. Hopefully, by the time you hear this, Bojan and Lauri Markkanen have 25 apiece. That would make me very, very happy. Obviously, we don't need 25 from either of them, but respectively 20 from Bojan would be great for everybody involved. I know some people got in at 19.5. And then for Lauri Markkanen, 20.5, closes at 22.5, was able to secure some closing line value there. But you know what you can do with closing line value? Absolutely nothing. Hopefully we can get some winners. That would be great. Anyway, producer Jacob, he's on hand. He's ready to rock. We only have 2 games here on Thursday, so we'll start with this. Odd Shopper. It's more important than anything that I'm going to say here during the course of this program. And why? Well, it's a long-term ability with the market-based approach to win you money over any long sample size. We have proven it. We have it back-tested. Anybody who has signed up and taken all of the offerings we have here at Odd Shopper is understanding of that. Plus, you'll get my premium betting card in that Discord. It used to be $20 just for access to that, but now it's $15, $14.95 for everything. That being the OS premium tools, the fantasy optimizer if you're playing over on Prize Picks and Underdog, if you're playing prop sites, pick them. That is great stuff as well. Then we also have the parlay builder for all the sports books available in your state. So take advantage. And plus, if you use promo code Lindy, 20% off. Yes, all in one package, expert picks, Discord premium tools, all in one easy to find place. Again, that'll be $12 for your first week or $42 for your first month. Check it out. Ready, break. Cool. Let's get ourselves over to the picks, shall we? Producer Jacob, spin that shit. I don't know what I was trying to do there. Okay, so Milwaukee's on a back-to-back. What is the NBA doing with scheduling where Milwaukee's on a back-to-back here? And, well, they would want it to be Giannis versus Victor Wembanyama, and I think they still have a pretty good chance of that occurring unless something happens to him here in this fourth quarter. Hopefully that would be terrible. We'll knock on wood. We'll knock on all of the things. But, yeah. Chris Middleton probably not going to play basketball considering he hasn't played in a back-to-back all season long. That's why you're seeing a number at 9.5 that I think would be sitting around 11. Yeah, I think Chris Middleton's probably worth 1.5 points. Really, especially on Wednesdays where he's knocking down shots, which is today. It's Wednesday. Anyway, Milwaukee pretty properly valued by the books over the course of the season. 15-17-1 against the spread. San Antonio 13-20-0. You'd be making money betting against them. Not that that should shock any one of you. They have tons of blowouts. This team is just horrendous, and you know it to be true. Zach Collins, he's going to be out for this one, so no backup 5 here behind Victor Wembanyama, who's been playing the 5 here for this basketball team and doing crazy things in very limited minutes. Now, on 2-game slates here that we have had routinely in MLB or any other sport, I do things a little bit differently. So work with me here. We go lean like lock, that being a lean just like I normally have, where it's something I'm thinking about betting a like. That's something that's going to be my a middle of the road type bet here or play. Not that something couldn't get added to the card later. That'd be ridiculous if I had that stipulation on myself. But a lock, it doesn't necessarily mean the full unit that it always does. And in this case, there's not going to be one, but we'll get to that here in a second. Let's start here. Milwaukee. I think this is a spot where if you had to do anything here, I would actually be looking at the San Antonio side. There's a number of pieces of news on the back-to-back that could fall against them. One, do they even need Damian Lillard or Giannis Antetokounmpo to show up here and still be favored? No. As long as one of the two is playing basketball here, I got to think that Milwaukee is the favored one. Now, Chris Middleton out, that's a big deal. And obviously, if you were to bet Milwaukee, you would prefer to have this end up being Giannis Antetokounmpo playing as opposed to Damian Lillard. But I don't think that that's a straight-up guarantee here. So, caution. But I'm thinking about San Antonio plus 9.5 here. I'm going to watch the end of this game, get to the fourth quarter, and start tracking it here. So, producer Jacob, the lean, San Antonio, minus 9.5. We continue on our merry way. As for a like in this game, I had to look far and wide and figure out exactly how I wanted to handle things. Let me at least address the Milwaukee side. Assuming what we assume, which is Chris Middleton's going to be out, you are looking at duty for the likes of a Pat Connaughton who could end up starting in this spot. They've also brought Andre Jackson from somebody who doesn't play minutes to like starting duty where he plays 12 minutes beginning the first quarter, beginning the third quarter. That's something that they've done. So sorry, Mr. Jackson, you have to start. it would have been great if I had kept singing, but we don't need that in our lives. As for either one of these guys, I mean, obviously San Antonio, there's a massive blowout potential here. Again, San Antonio plus 9.5, something we want to be paying attention to. Don't think I'm going to be pulling the trigger on it, although, again, it'd be perfectly fine to pull the trigger if you knew that you had Middleton plus somebody else amongst that big core out. Brook Lopez, maybe Brook Lopez? We'll see. A lot of vets. It's questionable. But one guy that we know is going to be coming off the bench on the San Antonio side is Keldon Johnson. Yeah, one of the long-term pieces for this basketball team. Olympic gold medalist. People don't know that. Keldon Johnson is going to be a guy that is coming off the bench. Now, they're doing it to just limit his minutes, give different rotations, different stints, have Victor Wembanyama be featured for the 24, 26 minutes he's out playing basketball. I don't think that that's going to change between now and the end of the season because San Antonio, they have no interest in winning basketball games. They have every interest in developing pieces like a Devin Vassell, Champagne, who's been in the starting unit here, Malachi Branham, who is dinged up for this one. He's doubtful, so you're going to have a different starting unit of some type. And that's where I think you want to be early to the party. I like Keldon Johnson 20-plus points. Now, the opening number is 18.5. But you get plus money right now on something where Keldon Johnson, I think, has a good chance to actually step back into that starting unit. I think you want to pull the trigger now. I'm not so much to say it's a lock because, again, I am pretty positive San Antonio has no interest in winning basketball games, which mitigates my certainty in these minutes. He's been playing 30, 31, 32 minutes off the bench, and I think that even in a starting role, that could be something he does. But it at least upgrades the potential that he could play up to 34 in a competitive spot here on primetime TV in a game that's one of 2 featured games on the entire day. So tread lightly. Keldon Johnson, 20-plus points. And hey, if you wanted to fire the unit on it, make it your only play from this game, I don't blame you. It's the only play I currently have on this game. There is no lock from this one. Keldon Johnson, with that type of theory where I think there's a chance that he ends up starting, that'd be one thing. But like, there's also Trey Jones who could get upgraded and just end up starting at a point guard position instead of having Jeremy Sohan play some point, which has just not been enjoyable to watch. Just saying. This is a strange spot, strange game, lots of pieces, lots of moving parts. So maybe we do need a Lindy's Locks update coming into tomorrow over on X at Eric Lindquist. Go follow me there. Think this might be a good time. A little less moving parts than we've had in recent slates with like infinity games. And don't even get me started on Friday. 12 games. Hey, more basketball means more opportunity for maybe more bets over at Sportsbook like BetMGM. Let's talk about them now before we head to the last game of the night. Super quick, super easy, friends. You want to have exposure to multiple sports books. Again, a market-based approach is having 6, 8, 10 different sports books, enough where you can shop for the best lines regardless of what sports books are in your state, and getting the best number for them. If something is minus 130 as opposed to minus 150, saving 20 cents every single time you bet adds up massively. Now, some people might say, oh, well, I don't use coupons. I don't save money doing what. Well, it's all in your phone. All the sports books are on your phone or on your desktop. Just have multiple of them pulled up and just always have the best line. And then you're going to get 2 months of OddsShopper tools plus Discord access, $100 bonus for you guys when you sign up for BetMGM down at the link below. Well, you're going to be able to find the best lines in 2 seconds, like instantly on the top of our page. So we'll have the positive EV tool for you. You can select which state you're in. You can then select which book has the best lines available in your state, and you can win more money. Plus, it only takes $10 or more to take advantage of this over at BetMGM. And that's $100 value coming to you with OddsShopper. So deposit $10 or more, claim up to $1,500 in bonus bets, get those 2 months of OddsShopper tools plus Discord access. Ask me questions. I will give you answers, friends. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Last game of the night, roll that tape, Jacob. Well, previous game isn't super enthusiastic. It'll be really fun here in years to come. Wembanyama versus Giannis. Again, that's the whole featured item of it, which just floors me that they can have 10 games and that they're going to put Milwaukee on the back-to-back there. What are we doing? Well, anyway, Golden State, I'm not exactly thrilled with them here at the moment because Orlando, that Gary Harris end of that first half is going to drive me nuts forever. Up 4, he gets a steal, shoots a fast break 3, then Chris Paul gets it, goes for the actual correct 2-for-1, and then Steph Curry gets a 4-point play, followed by Gary Harris hitting a miracle bucket to bring it back to even, but should have been up 4 or up 6. And of course, what happens? Well, you get end of the game scenarios, yada, 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 end up on 4.5. Magic lose by 6. Pain, suffering, not an enjoyable experience. If you got in at 3.5, 4.5, everybody lost that ticket. So I apologize. Again, all my locks are not going to hit. It is locks, not in the name of like, oh, I think this is a guarantee. That is the dumbest thing in betting. But I came up with a sliding scale. Again, lean like lock. Trying to give you confidence intervals in how I feel about a bet and give you a structure that you can follow as you're going along with me. But again, fuck you, Magic. Anyway, we've got Denver here, minus 3.5 going up against Golden State. Again, another spot where Denver on the road favored against Golden State because they should be. They're the better basketball team and starting to look pretty darn good considering they're 100% healthy. Now, Golden State, you still have Draymond Green out for however long because he's been a bad child. And Gary Payton now. This is a sneaky, quiet one that I don't think gets a lot of attention. He played 9 minutes and 11 minutes his first 2 games back. And then he left with a hamstring strain. I hope he's not going to be out forever because I do like Gary Payton as like a human. Again, he has the greatest nickname in the history of basketball, the Mitten. Oh, his dad was the glove. He's the Mitten. It's like the little tiny hand next to the big hand. It's a great nickname. Anyway, Denver, we know by now that they're one of the best teams in the NBA. They are kind of defending champs for a reason and 4th in adjusted net rating so far this season. It's still interesting to watch some of these, like the change in rapport between Nikola Jokic and when Jamal Murray, every single game, one takes over all of the usage and then the other one takes over all of the assist rate. And it's been a lot of Jamal Murray in the assist rate category through the last 3, 9, 11, 7. But here's the huge difference, I believe, coming into this game. Trayce Jackson-Davis has been announced as going to be in the starting 5 here for the foreseeable future. And let me just tell you, Trayce Davis-Jackson ain't ready for what is coming his way with Jokic in this spot. It is just going to get teed up, and I already feel bad for him. Now, do I feel bad for him? This number hasn't even dropped, but I shorted him the other night over on the old Prize Picks. Hey, 5 for 5 in that card. I ended up going 7 for 7 there in the Prize Picks streets. You can follow me on X at Eric Lindquist, posting that cards for you pick'em people, because I know you pick'em people, you walk amongst us. But anyway, there's some small differences between playing them at the books and playing on those sites. We can talk through those in a couple of videos. And hey, Lindy's Locks over on TikTok, that is a thing that is a fully operational Death Star starting up as of tomorrow because I have a video that I have to drop or I'm going to be very mad at myself. Want to show you guys how you can make some major money over on the pick'ems, that is for sure. But in this spot specifically, Trayce Jackson-Davis under 11.5 points. That's the first one that I'm kind of starred, highlight, circled. I think they keep this same starting 5 considering they came off of the W there. And, well, you got this Jokic character who's pretty good, pretty large. And, you know, Goga Bitadze kept him pretty much in check. And Goga has been the number 2 defensive center in terms of defensive rating so far this season. I know I bring that up all the time, but it's just so flooring that I have to. Trayce Jackson-Davis ain't that. He's not going to be good defensively against Jokic. They're going to have to probably pull him off the floor at times for Kevon Looney. I'm very curious to see how Steve Kerr rotates this, but assuming you get the start here from Jackson-Davis, I expect 10.5, 11.5. That's kind of where the numbers have been at open. Again, I'm just literally writing down what his last opening number was at 11.5, and I'm assuming standard minus 110, minus 115 type number. So assuming you get that, that's probably going to get put in play for me pretty instantly. So cool. Good start. Let's jump over to the Denver side of things here where they do get back. I mean, he was out for a little while here because he had the lacerations and now nobody got who it was till he put on the mask. It's Aaron Gordon out here. 14.5 points. He only played 25 minutes against Charlotte. I think a lot of that was blowout. But I will say, there's at least a part of me with the face issue and the hand issue and everything else where I think they might be very cautious with his minutes, not in like a 34, 36 type minute spot. Now, they ran Charlotte out of the gym, as you would expect. But Peyton Watson's been pretty serviceable and is now playing anywhere from like 24 to 32 minutes in some of these spots. Again, they got murdered by Oklahoma City. He played blowout run there. But even 19 minutes before getting pulled off the floor, I think he would have played around 24 in a competitive spot there. He's been playing a lot of more of the backup 5 as opposed to them going to DeAndre Jordan, who, again, it's DeAndre Jordan. He was good for one night and one night only this season, that being against his former Clippers. I think they should pull that trick again. That was fun to watch. Him and Reggie Jackson going ballistic. Yeah, they're going to need the other guys to play them soon. This is not your Clippers are better. But what I'm getting at is 14.5. That is the opening number for Aaron Gordon. I like the under. I like the under quite a bit. Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson can cut into those rates a little. Well, not into the rates, into the minutes ever so slightly. Christian Brown, you got to have rotation minutes for him. Julian Strother, he's been playing around 12, 13 minutes here in competitive, non-competitive spots here, even with Aaron Gordon back. So there you go. I think that's a pretty good one for a low usage guy as is, out there more for his defensive prowess. And well, you look at the iteration of Golden State that you're going to be up against here. He's going to be on Kuminga, who's been active, been far more offensively forward here of late. Good luck, Kuminga, looking at shorting him too, for what it's worth, in the lean category. But let's just go to the lock. The thing that I have the most confidence in here, yeah, you could lay the 3.5. I'd be okay with that here. But minus 140, it's going to go to minus 155 very, very shortly. There's just no way that I can envision a spot where you run this game 100 times and you don't have positive expected value at minus 140 on the money line. If you want to attach it to any of these pieces because you don't want to lay 140 to win 100, I understand it. I get it. I'm going to do it, though. It's the best play from this game. Denver to beat Golden State straight up. Golden State needs to have massive Steph Curry outings in order to win basketball games right now, and that shouldn't surprise anybody. They are fighting to get Klay Thompson involved. Had a good second half against Orlando. Didn't need that, but 36 ball from Steph Curry, his best outing of the month, or I don't know, long time this season. And then you're looking at Brandon Podziemski, who's going to be playing more minutes. Chris Paul didn't come back out on the floor towards the end of that game until like the very, very end. I mean, interesting to see what they're going to do here with those guys, these vets. They're going to need to make some moves. Golden State is. They see it coming. They see it coming, babe. Let's go Denver money line. Jokic. Sad to not have the triple-double on there, but what can you do? And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays for Thursday's slate. Hopefully we can get our guys, Bojan, King Laurie, to go nuts here on Wednesday night here. That is just about to tip off, so I'm going to take off and go watch that. Go watch a little hoops myself, but hey, Thursday, pretty quick and easy day. If you guys want to sign up for that Discord, you can get every bet that I have here going on Thursday. No Thursday night football. That's going to be sad tomorrow. What am I going to even do with myself? I'm just going to watch a lot of basketball and to get ready for 12 games coming up on Friday. Good times, everybody. Should start working on that now. Thank you, producer Jacob. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Thursday.